Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Two Mates and a Mic. Yes, we are back. We are refreshed from the stag do. I'm feeling much better. And I'm sure Toby is as well. How you doing, Toby, mate? You good?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, all good. Feeling a lot more refreshed than I did last time. The bruises are starting to go down because
Well,
if
they're
you
going
didn't
now.
know, yeah, because if you didn't know, we went paintballing. If you can't remember, or we didn't speak about it too much last time, we went paintballing, and I got nominated to do a stag run. But no, we're not going to talk about that too much. No, actually, no, we are going to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna because yeah. I was having a lovely Sunday. Did you see? I assume you saw it as well.
I've
I
seen.
was having.
I think I know
I
what you're
was.
talking about.
I was having a lovely Sunday. A lovely Sunday, and then I get a notification saying that the Post Pavilion podcast
Oh, here
have
they come. Here they
have
come.
have sent us and tagged us in a video, and may I add, I don't know where this beef originally started, but I don't know why they're coming for us. We're just two mates with a mic,
Having
but
a good time. Having a good
but
time.
but you listeners and viewers, just so you are aware, we will not back down. Uh,
So basically, the obviously what's happened is obviously Paul Gilbert and Chris Morley are animal guys that I work with as well. They started their podcast a few years ago, but they've had breaks throughout years and things like that. They started theirs actually in COVID. So, and I'm not gonna lie, it's
yeah,
a brilliant podcast. It's a
it's
brilliant
so
podcast.
good. So
It's
I'll give
so
them that. I'll
funny.
give them that.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
it's very good, and I love like the way that they've built their platform and the stuff they do on there. I think it's brilliant.
definitely.
But
Great
obviously
stuff.
Gilbert started talking on one of their episodes, talking about we basically I'm going on a stag do, David's stag do, and the stag is starting off in Toy Story 5, where Chris Morley, bless his little heart. Starts going in on me, going, I can't believe he's watching Toy Story 5 on a stag do. And also we addressed it on the last episode, like the reasoning why he said, like, oh, you can't go and do it. But then we had a video from Paul Gilbert that arose, going, nothing to do with me, nothing to do with me. And then
Yeah.
Toby reacted.
Yeah, look, so it may be on me. This, like, I may have chucked a match on the flame. I probably shouldn't have reacted, but I wasn't having it. I wasn't having it. I wasn't having that. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, in a
So
guilty party, Gilbert. No way.
yeah, no, not at all, Paul Gilbert. No. But yeah, so as people may have seen in the video, on David's stag do also. We did a stag do. The stag had to do a paintball run. David, you did it originally.
I did.
And then Gilbert did it, and then I did it, but I was nominated by Gilbert. So yeah,
I can't believe he'd do that to you. I literally can't believe he'd do that to you.
Honestly, I don't think I'd seen him in such a long time as well.
The other funny thing is that Paul Gilbert actually, going back, because Paul used to work as a manager at Butlins, and he interviewed. Well, did he interview you?
I think he was there for it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he interviewed both of us to give us the jobs when we became Redcoats at Butlins. So it's a full circle moment in life, really, with Gilbert, because he was the one interviewing me for a job at Butlins, and now we work as animal guys, and now we both do podcasts together. But there has been a little bit of beef, hasn't there? There's a little bit of like they've sort of stuck their toe into challenging us, and we've gone back at them. So I think the question everyone's asking is, what are we going to do next? And I think we're gonna say something here to the Post Pavilion podcast. Let's do a collab. Let's do a collab. Let's do a collab. And why don't we, on this collaborative episode, why don't we do elements of what we do on the podcast, on our podcast, Two Mates and a Mic, and then we'll do an element of what they do on their podcast, the Post Pavilion. Why don't we do that? Let's challenge them and see if let's see if they'll have us on. Or we'll do a collaborative episode. We'll put the same episode on both podcast channels and go from there. We're doing this, Toby. We're going to challenge the Post Pavilion podcast for a collaborative episode. And if you want that, put it in the comments and go comment to them. Do we want a collaborative podcast between Two Mates and a Mic and the Post Pavilion podcast.
Yeah.
Come on!
Flood their socials. We'll clip that. We'll clip this bit in our socials, and then we'll tag them. You guys share it, tag them, and then what we'll do, I think we'll come together at some point in the future, David, and we'll decide what part of our podcast we want to challenge them on. And then I think because I know they have sections of their podcast, so we'll let them choose the challenge that they would like to set as well on brilliant. Their podcast.
And you know what? They're brilliant blokes, like Chris Morley, Paul Gilbert, very talented individuals.
Very good.
Guys, very funny. So if you haven't already, it's all friendly fire. But if you haven't already, go over to the Post Pavilion podcast and give them a like and a subscribe as well, because they are brilliant.
Do it. Anyway, but I think we should move on. Yes, I think we should move on.
Have you got an idea of what we're going to do today, Toby? What's the plan?
Well, I think what we should do this week is I think we should move on from Disney a bit, because I think there's a little bit of let's not get stuck with the Disney, the Toy Story 5, because there's a bit of we'll leave that for later. Yeah, but I think there's something that's come out that we haven't, not in cinemas yet, but there's trailers that have dropped that we haven't spoken about.
Oh yes,
Shrek 5.
Mate.
So I think in this episode we should talk everything DreamWorks and Shrek 5. Now, David, what are your opinions on the new Shrek film?
Oh, do you know what? I don't know, because do you know what? If the trailer on its own, I actually really like, but I don't know what it is, and I've heard both sides of it, and I can understand both sides of it. It's the animation difference, because it's so different, and it's just not what we grew up with, and that's the only thing. And I remember, like, when they put out the first look thing they did like a while ago, and everyone went. I remember looking at it going, "What have they done to Shrek? Like, what have they actually done?" And then they disappeared for a while. They pushed the date back, and I think everyone as a whole sort of went, "Oh, they've done that to sort of just change the animation and things like that." But they've come back with the trailer, and it's the same. And I'm not sure what I think of it, because I hear some people going, "It's the old stuff is better. That's what we grew up with. It should stay the same." But I do also, I'm gonna be a bit splintery on that fence, because I do also hear like the technology is adapted and evolved, and in a weird way they do look better. But when you've had 4 films like that, and then you have one film where you go, "Oh, I don't know," I'm excited for it, because I think from what I've seen, Donkey Eddie Murphy looks back to his best again.
Yeah, I think it will be, from the trailer, it looks very Donkey centered. Like, there's a lot to do with Eddie Murphy's Donkey, and there'll be a lot around that, and I'm interested to see how it incorporates their kids as well, and because they've all grown up. But I do think you're right in the sense that, like, even the way it's changed, yes, for people like me and you and some other people watching and listening, they're used to the old animation style, but DreamWorks, their animation's moved on since the last Shrek film, since Shrek 4, and we've had loads of different films come out since Shrek 4 that they probably sat down and go, well, we can do a better animation than that, so why don't we do better animation than that? Because I think at the end of the day, we've got to remember Shrek's a film. It's not... It's some say it's not that deep, but it is that deep sometimes. It is that deep. But I think I'm more interested in what they've done with the characters more than the animation style. If the characters have stayed their true self, I'll be a bit less bothered than I can make through, like, what, an hour and a half, 2-hour film of because the animation's not going to be rubbish, is it? Like, no, it's not going to be. I agree. It's not going to be awful. So, part of me thinks I prefer the original animation, but also part of me thinks I think we just need to build a bridge.
Yeah. I think it's interesting because obviously there's still this big rumor that they're going to bring out a Donkey movie in general. So whether they've led this whole Donkey Central movie maybe in that sense to lead into that movie, I don't know, because they don't know. I don't know what the film's going to be with Donkey. Whether it's going to be a a prequel to how we met Shrek and what happened before, or whether it's going to be a donkey as in now. I like the theory that apparently, like, if you look at the clues, and I've watched like people on TikTok and things like that, there's a lot of things where you look at like little details. They think Shrek. They think donkey is split up with dragon, which is interesting because like they have different things, and it's like when you look in the background, there's lots of empty noodle pots in Donkey's place, and a lot of people going, is he living a life of being single? Is maybe the movie going, he's trying to get Shrek to be... Because actually they haven't really, in the trailer, given an idea of what the plot to the movie is. It just seems very chaotic, which I think...
Yeah, and I think that's quite a good... Because it could be a whole sense of, like, Donkey's now trying to find himself again and palling up with Shrek and going on an adventure and things like that. But I'll be very interested to see it, to be honest. And you know, there'll only be one way to tell whether it's a good film, and that's when it comes out. I think they're not going to change the animation between now and when the film comes out.
And also, like, in a weird way, like, I think the difference in this with the complaints to the animation change is because I think the 4 have been the same, and then you have a big gap, and then all of a sudden it's changed. We weren't moaning when Toy Story changed its animation style. Like, the difference, when you watch back and look at Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2, the animation difference to that to what they are now is mental. But, like, we don't sit there and go, oh, it's changed and blah, blah, blah. And even things like Monsters, Inc. was very different to that film. Like, do you know, when you have a lot of time and change and things like that, sometimes I think it's because Shrek was... And DreamWorks animation is very different to Disney. It's very... It's very, like, everyone has their look and that's the way it is. And I think they changed it a little bit, which has freaked a few people out. But I think it's going to be interesting to see what the way they go is, how they're going to make Shrek, you know, like, as he's an older dad now, he's had... Because the kids are older now, so he's had 16 years at least of dadhood, which is going to be interesting to see the difference in the dynamic of their characters, and are they going to age Shrek a little bit in this movie? And no puss in the trailer either.
No, because I know that, well, didn't he sort of, I assume with his films, he sort of moved away from Shrek and that the franchise itself and became more of his own thing. But I think maybe that's why the animation's changed a little bit as well, with obviously they've had to age everybody. And the only way they could age anybody decently was just up the animation style. Like, they probably couldn't, with their old animation style, do that decently. So they were like, well, we'll just have to change the way we do it. So, but because they're going to get older, because I think people would have complained going, well, it's been how many years and Shrek still looks the same as he did in 3 or 2. Or people are always going to complain somehow, and sometimes people do. But I think Shrek's back, and that's all we can love. Shrek is back.
Come on, Shrek! I love it. I love it.
But what I think we should do to celebrate the return of Shrek is look at our top 10 favourite DreamWorks films.
Oh, that is such a... Actually, do you know what I think the funny thing is here? And, you know, we're a very honest podcast.
Yeah.
I love that, like, Toby's like, oh, yeah, well, I had a think we should do it. I'm going to be honest, I threw this on Toby literally 10 minutes before we started recording.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, it is one to name top 10. To be fair, I'm glad you named DreamWorks, because the list goes from here. Because we were originally talking about doing Disney, and we were like, well, we've got loads of people that love Disney as well. We can get people on board to do that, give us their favourite Disney films. But DreamWorks, we were like, well, DreamWorks sometimes goes under the radar as an animation studio. There's not gonna lie, there's probably a couple of less films than from Disney to DreamWorks that we can name. So we were like, right, let's do DreamWorks. So it was literally like 10 minutes before we started recording. David was like, top 10 DreamWorks, go. And the most difficult thing,
it was really hard. I found it harder than I thought it would,
because I had to put, for everyone listening and watching, I had to put a limit on myself. So it wasn't like, oh, Shrek 1 to 3 is 3, 2, 1. In my list, I have said that only one film, if it's a franchise, for example, Shrek or How to Train Your Dragon or Kung Fu Panda, Madagascar, only one film from that franchise can go into my list.
Clever.
So
I've only got one. I'm going to be honest. I wish I'd done that, but I haven't. But the only one that I've got double of is Shrek. But I'm not saying what films. But like
nice.
that's the only. I've only got two. I've got two Shrek films in my top 10. Shall we start by revealing a film that maybe is going to be a shock to people that we haven't got in our 10?
Go on then.
So, for example, I haven't got Shark Tale. And I can't believe I haven't got Shark Tale.
Oh, I forgot Shark Tale as well.
Did you?
I saw it and I was like, but.
And I watched Shark Tale the other day, and do you know what? Shark Tale, what an incredible movie! Like, so funny. The cast is brilliant in that, and it's genuinely.
Would it be bad? Would it be bad if I changed one now and put Shark
change,
Tale
yeah,
in?
you got time.
I'm
going to
change one. I'm going to
can
change one.
Change it, and do you know what? Yeah, I haven't got Shark Tale, and another one that I haven't got, which I think my Mrs. Hazel's going to kill me for not putting in, is Bad Guys, because
I've never seen it. Never seen
the
it.
first film the first date that me and Hazel ever went on, we went to go and watch The Bad Guys in the cinema.
Nice. This will probably shock some people. I've taken out a Madagascar. I haven't got any Madagascar films in my list.
You haven't got any Madagascar?
No.
What?
No, I haven't got any Madagascar. I took one of them out, which was in 10th, to replace with Shark Tale.
So you've gone Shark Tale in 10?
I have gone Shark Tale in 10, yeah.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you what my 10 is. So you've gone Shark Tale in 10. My number 10 I've gone with is Over the Hedge.
Oh, interesting.
I think Over the Hedge is just, I think it's so good. I think it's so good.
It's so funny, and I think it's such a good film. Mm-hmm. That is in my list.
It is in your list.
It is in my list. Yeah, but Shark Tale's just unreal. Unreal.
Do you know what I think about all DreamWorks movies? And actually, like, when you think about it, the cast list in a lot of these movies is so good.
There is one film that I have in my list that is a bit higher up, and it probably gives a hint. But I was listening to the radio. It was on it a while ago, but they were listing off. It was in like a movie quiz on, I think it was like Radio 1 or something. Mm-hmm. And they were saying, what film has this cast? And they list off all the cast, and people were like, that's so weird, such an odd cast of people. Mm. And then they named the film, and they were like, what? Like, the star power, and then it's just so crazy. But we'll get to that one later on.
Disney go very unknown with a lot of their castings. I mean, more recently they've gone with maybe more names and things like that. But like, as a whole, it's more just your standard actors. Whereas DreamWorks have a lot of very, very good top actors at the top of their game. Like, I mean, people, without going too much into films, but like people like Hugh Jackman and Jack Black and, you know, Ben Stiller. These are big names in the world of acting that are like in these movies. So yeah, I went Over the Hedge for 10 because I think Over the Hedge is, I mean, again, talking about Bruce Willis. How do you get Bruce Willis in a raccoon? It's amazing. And I just think the movie is it's easy watchable. I think it's funny. It's got moments of really good humour. I think one thing that DreamWorks does more than Disney is they go closer to the line for the adults, which I think is really nice. I think that's another movie that does it in that way. And in a weird way, I really love the soundtrack and actually that's where DreamWorks really cook as well. Soundtracks are elite.
Oh, so good.
I've gone with Over the Hedge in 10, and you've gone with Shark Tale.
Yeah, I just think Shark Tale's. I tell you what I put in there originally. It was the only Madagascar film I went in. Madagascar 2.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was like, right, which one of the Madagascar films? Madagascar 1's really good, but I was just like, do you know what? Madagascar 2 slept on. I put it in my list.
I have got Madagascar in my 10, but I'm not going to reveal where and what it is yet.
Let's go on to number 9. But let's go, what have you got at number 9?
I've gone for maybe one that I'm you might have, but I'm not sure whether you will have. But
Yeah.
this goes in at number 9 purely because I think it's a very emotional film, but also the soundtrack. Again, we're talking about soundtracks. I think this is one of my favourite soundtracks in movies ever.
Yeah.
I've gone with Spirit.
I haven't seen Spirit.
Have you not? Oh, mate,
No.
Spirit is amazing. It's so good. So, like, on the premises of the movie, it's these wild horses, and
Yeah.
one gets taken by these hunters,
Yeah.
and they take him away, and they make them work and things. And he goes on this big journey, literally around the world, and ends up with like loads of different people that look after him, and he's just this powerful horse. And but the soundtrack is Bryan Adams, and it is
Oh wow.
amazing. Like, it's honestly, and it gets really dark and like emotional at points, and like you go, like, I'm getting emotional, and I always remember this is one of my sister's favourite movies. She loves it, and yeah, I think it's one that it's not. I don't think it's a rewatchability one. Like, I think
Yeah.
if you watch it, you won't watch it for another 5 years. But when you
Yeah.
watch it after those 5 years, you're like, that is so good, and I will enjoy it again in another 5 years.
Yeah.
I went 9 for that one because I just, again, the soundtrack, and I think the movie's
Nice.
beautiful. What about you?
Well, I went for this one. For me, is an absolute childhood classic. I loved this film when I was younger, and I think it's quite slept on. I really, really do. I've gone for Monsters versus Aliens.
I was so close. I haven't got it in my 10, but so close.
It's
so close.
like it's such. The thing about DreamWorks is I feel like their films sometimes they are so random. Like the premise of the film is so odd, but also some of the characters are unreal.
Yeah.
Like it's so like not thought provoking, but like it hits places it needs to. But then the comedy in it is unreal. Like the president going up
Oh
and
my
playing
God, brilliant.
it's such a good film. Like, so Monsters versus Aliens is my number 9.
Do you know what as well? I don't know whether you think this as well. I think that movie came at a time when the world started using DVDs more than cassettes.
Yeah.
And that always reminds me as a stocking filler, that film. I always remember
Yeah.
getting that film out of my stocking at Christmas. That is a Christmas movie that got given
See,
to everyone. It was a present for everyone.
for me, that's an easy down the DVD rental shop, pick it up off the shelf if you're feeling if you're sick on a day, if you're not in school and you're feeling poorly, that is gonna go down the DVD rental shop, take it off the shelf for 99p, and that's my movie for the day.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
so
like,
true.
that
After
is
Jeremy Kyle, of course.
yes, obviously. Well, yeah, you've got Jeremy Kyle, and then you've got something like Loose Women, and then you've got your Monsters versus Aliens that you've just bought from the rental shop.
That is an incredible shout. That is an incredible shout. Do you know, I didn't have it in my 10, but I nearly did. But again, I think it's a really, really good film. But I also I didn't put it in there just because I was like, I just think there's better films. But
Yeah.
I do love it. What have you gone for number 8?
Number 8, I have gone for Kung Fu Panda.
That low?
Yeah, my top 5 are. It's very odd because 2, 3, and 4 are films that I think people will be like, how are your top 4? How are 3 of your top 5 that high? So a lot of my lower ones are really good DreamWorks films, but because there's some films higher up that I just love, I've put them higher. But Kung Fu Panda it's just a great franchise. Like, it's funny. So Kung Fu, I just got Jack Black's great.
He's
as
so
Poe.
good. And again, people like Jackie Chan, Angelina Jolie, like what a cast list again.
What a cast! And then it's the like the seriousness of the Kung Fu. I've forgotten his name. Master Shifu, and then you get the silliness of the goose who's Poe's like adopted father, and you're like, it's so good how they balance everything.
Also, Tai Lung is one of the most incredible
Skadoosh.
villains. Yeah.
That's you skadoosh.
He's one of the most incredible villains, Tai Lung, and it's so good. Yeah, I agree. I've got that a lot higher, I'm going to be real.
Have you?
Yeah, I've got
What
that a lot
about
higher.
your 8 then? What have you got at 8?
I'm going to be controversial with my 8 because they made it into live action, but that's the only version I've seen. I've never seen the animated version of it.
I think I know what you're going to say.
I put How to Train Your Dragon in number 8.
See, that's higher for me. Because
I haven't watched, but I haven't watched the animated version of it. I didn't watch it I've never watched it because, and I don't know why, but I don't know why my brain always went this. It always felt a bit documentary, How to Train Your Dragon, the title. So I never really looked at it as like a film that I'd be like, oh, I'll watch that. Like it just felt it was just going to be like a documentary film. But everyone used to talk about it and go, how have you never seen How to Train Your Dragon? It's so, so good. And then when they made the live action, Hazel loves the movie. So she was like, I'll go and watch it. So I went and watched it and I was like, wow, this film's actually really good.
Yeah.
So I need to go and watch it. I still never watched the animated version. So I need to go and watch it.
That is what you need to do, is watch that animated version. But with How to Train, that soundtrack, the flying through it's so good. It just hits. That's one where if you've got headphones in or you're in the car or you're watching the film, that's a full volume moment. That soundtrack is so good.
We went to Universal last year, me and Hazel, with a couple of the animal guys from work. And we went to the new Epic Universe they've got.
Oh, yes.
And it's obviously got a whole, the park, like, section of the park dedicated to How to Train Your Dragon. And it was so beautiful to look around. And then when we got to we went to watch the show.
Yeah.
And literally, like, without giving spoilers away to people, but I'm going to do it. Literally, Toothless and comes through literally the audience, flies right across and lands on the stage. And honestly, that's one of the best things I've ever seen in like a show. Like
that's crazy.
Of, like the costume, the way they did it, Hiccup. I thought it was just so good. But I thought the live action. I mean, I don't know because I can't compare the animated to the film. But I think they did it from. I think it was good.
Yeah, it was. I think the live action was
a good transition from the animated to the live action.
I think so. I think they did the best that they could do with it. But I think the animation just hits different. Like, but I do think the live action was very like that. You could see that they cared about. Like, it's one of those things that everyone on it, like, you could see that the actors really put their all into it. But I feel like it's a little bit weird, but because with animation, I feel like they can make them do more, so that there's like not more bits, but like the comedic value's a bit higher because it can be a bit more. I think so. I do like the live action; it was very good, but animation, I think for that one is where it's at.
I need to watch it then. What did you go for
8? So obviously I said Kung Fu Panda for 8.
Oh yes, sorry.
So we're on 7, which for me is Over the Hedge.
You've gone over the hedge for that.
Yeah, the thing with Over the Hedge, I know we've quickly spoke. I'll quickly speak about it again. We've pretty much spoken about it, but it's just such a good film. It's such an easy watch.
Yeah, it is. It's easy.
And the other thing for me, and this sometimes yet again, I keep using the phrase "slept on." But when DreamWorks make games of their films...
Oh, my word, yes!
Do you remember the Over the Hedge game? Oh, so good. When you had to, like, dodge out of the way of the bear and
I remember playing it. It's amazing.
So, yeah. I think I played that on the Wii. I think it was on the Wii. So Over the Hedge, the game on the Wii, was unreal.
Wow.
But yeah, 7 Over the Hedge.
So I've got a different one at 7. I've got. Do you know what? Do you know what? This is where. And when we were doing this, I was actually like, there's actually so many good films in DreamWorks. So many that don't make the 10, let alone make the top, whatever. This film, I was like, how can it possibly be this low? And I was trying to find ways to bump it up, but I actually couldn't find a way to bump it up.
Yeah.
Not because it's bad, or because I just thought the others were much better.
Yeah.
I have put in 7 Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Oh, I haven't got any Wallace and Gromit in my
Have you
top
not?
10
Oh my
at all.
god! Wallace and
At
Gromit: The
all.
Curse of the Were-Rabbit is quite possibly one of the it won Best Animation, didn't it, at the Oscars?
Yeah,
And
it
it's
is such a good
amazing.
film.
It's
It
so good.
is.
Like, the whole story of like how he obviously the were rabbit and who is the were
Mm.
rabbit in the end, and the whole plot twist and the characters and I always say this: Wallace and Gromit really never lets you down.
No, it's like a trusty friend, isn't it, Wallace and
Mm.
Gromit? Like, you know, you can always count that they're gonna. This sounds really weird. We're talking. They are real. They're real.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like even
Um.
Feathers McGraw, that he's one of the best villains of all time.
Oh,
Probably
so
the
good.
greatest villain of all time.
So good, but you always know if they bring out a Wallace and Gromit, you know it's going to be good. Like
Hmm.
you can trust that even if it's a 15-minute little filler that's going to be put out, you know, just before Christmas, it's going
Hmm.
to be good. Or you've got an hour and a half long film that they're sticking on BBC iPlayer, you know it's going to be good. But yeah, Curse of the Were Rabbit, I forgot about that film, but
I,
it's
I,
such a
I,
good
knew,
film.
I had it nowhere near my brain until I like looked on Google and went, right, let's just get the list of the films up and
Yeah,
see what is actually DreamWorks and what's not. And I didn't think it was, and then all of a sudden it was there, and I was like, oh, it is DreamWorks, isn't it? So then I had to, because that's why I had to get rid of Shark Tale, because
yeah,
I was like, I can't have Wallace and Gromit not in the
mm,
top 10. Like I was like, has to be in there. And then I was
yeah,
trying to put it like as far as I could up, and I was going. And then I got to like my 6th and my 5th, and I was like, "Oh, I think it's got to be high." And I was like, no, it can't. It's where it should
yeah.
be. So yeah, I went Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Were-Rabbit in number 7. And we're into
Nice.
number 6.
Number 6. Well, for number 6, I've gone with Megamind.
I've never seen it.
Oh, what?
Never,
Honestly, it's
never.
so funny. Oh, the honestly, I just can't describe how funny Megamind is. Like,
What's the premises of the story
so
though? Because like, I've never.
he
It
is.
always looks a bit like.
It's one of those where he's a villain that he's basically at the start of the film. Spoilers: the hero that he's facing, so his hero dies.
Right.
Like, so his hero dies, and he's like, well, what do I do?
Hmm.
And the premise is he decides, right, if I'm going to be a villain, I've got to make a hero. So I'm going to pick
Right.
a random person to make a hero. Then the person he makes a hero becomes a villain. So then he has to become the hero. Um, oh, it's just so
Ah.
funny. But there's
Yeah.
like the I think it's Will Ferrell that voices Megamind.
He's brilliant, Will
So
Ferrell.
you just know it's going to be funny.
Hmm.
Um, I just everything about Megamind, like because you find out in the end, like the hero's not dead. He just wanted to retire. So it's
As
just
you do.
but he then falls in love with a journalist, so you've got like a love romance going on between him and a journalist.
Hmm.
So there's so much going on in the film, and you're like, this shouldn't work, but it does. And the funniest bit is he's got a big blue head, like it's massive. Like it's just such a funny film.
Oh, I can't
Um,
believe I've never watched it. I've literally never
so
seen it.
your task in by the end of the year, I'll give you that because we've got weddings and stuff. There's lots going on. You've got cruise ships to go on, different countries to visit. By the
Okay,
end of the
we'll do a
year,
deal. We'll do a deal. You watch Spirit, I'll watch Megamind.
no, you've got to watch Megamind and the animated How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes, yes, that is true. But you need to watch Spirit because Spirit is
I'll watch,
amazing.
but look, I'll jot it down on my trusty notepad.
I'm going to write down Megamind as well.
Watch
My number
Spirit.
6. My number 6. I've gone for. I think this is the first DreamWorks film I ever watched,
Mm-hmm.
and I love this movie. Like I love this movie. Like every time, like I meet someone, I always like talk to them and be like, "You need to watch El Dorado." It's like one of the first points of conversation with any friend I've ever had in life. You need to watch El Dorado.
Never seen it. Never. I've never seen El Dorado.
You've never seen The Road to El Dorado.
Let me pop it on my list.
Toby, that is, oh my word, El Dorado is incredible. It's got everything. Like, so I'll give you a premise. So the premises of the story of these two people that live in Spain.
Yeah.
They're like they're off the streets kind of people. They're poor people.
Yeah.
And they basically are trying to. They get given a map to El Dorado, and then they stow away on a ship, end up in El Dorado, and when they turn up in El Dorado, the people of El Dorado think that they're gods, because they're always told that the gods are meant to come one day and look after them, and so they have to pretend to be gods, and then basically the story is them going, right, we're going to take all their gold, and we'll just play the god characters for a bit, and then obviously, as stories do, there's bumps in the road, and there's change of hearts and everything, but it's like, you know, Tangled with Maximus.
Yeah.
They've got a horse character in theirs, and it's
nice.
It's funnier than Maximus. I'm telling you right now.
Oh wow,
he's funnier than Maximus, and like the music is Elton John. And it's just stunning. It's got rude humour, like it's humour that goes right above the kids' heads and goes straight to the grown-ups. It's genuinely, I think, probably, it's harsh because I put it in sixth, but it's probably, if someone went, right, you're going to watch a Dreamworks, I'd probably say one above, and then I'd probably say that's the next one I put on.
Yeah, nice.
I obviously appreciate that it's not as good as the other films that I've got further up, but like, in terms of how much I love the film, I adore it.
Yeah.
There's only one that I love more than that.
Nice. I like it. So that's one that I need to watch.
So we got two each then.
Two each then. So that one's yours, and then number 5. Are we on 5? On 5.
Yeah. Have you done your 6?
Yeah. I did. 6 was Megamind.
Yes. So we're into the top 5.
Top 5. I'm going to keep this short and sweet because we've spoken about this film already. But my number 5 is How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh wow! So you had that in top 5.
I did, yeah.
Wow.
So that's my 5, and from here on in, it gets interesting.
It does it. Well, I'll reveal my number 5 then, and I have gone with one of the Shrek movies. I've gone for Shrek in general.
Nice.
And I just think there's so much, because I know, because we did top 10 movies, so I know the Shrek that you've gone for, and I know it's not the Shrek film. I know it's not. So I just think Shrek is just, and again, like we spoke about it just came along, and it was so different to what we're used to with animated movies, and I think everyone went into it going, oh, this is just going to be some kids film, and then everyone watched it and went, that is not a kids film.
No.
It is a kids film, but it's also, the more you watch it, the more you go, actually, it wasn't a kids film at all. It was just animated and didn't swear, and that's the only reason it's not.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? That's the only reason it's a kids film. But like, I just think, I mean, there's no point going into Shrek, like, in terms of like how good it is, because everyone knows how good it is, and that is why 20 years later we're still sitting there going, there's a Shrek 5 coming out. And that's why, because the legacy of Shrek is so good. And when you go to like Shrek, the Dreamworks place in London, and you do the Shrek's Adventure, and that's just brilliant. And the characters in Shrek, like Donkey is probably one of the most iconic characters in animation history, I would probably say.
Yeah.
And I just think, and without sounding boring, because I think we're going to talk about Shrek further down the line for both of us, Shrek goes in at number 5 for me.
Nice, I like it. Why not head on with your number? Or I'll let you take a swig of drink first. What about number 4? What are you going to go for number 4?
Number 4 is the movie that, well, not the movie you got rid of, but the franchise that you got rid of at 10. I've gone for the first Madagascar.
Ooh, nice.
And I appreciate that is quite high, but I do love Madagascar.
It is funny. It is so funny.
Watchable, and the characters are just great in it, I think. And do you know what I think's good about Madagascar? Is that actually you have the characters, but the side characters in it are really good. Like you've got the penguins, and then you've got the monkeys and things like that. And like those characters sort of, they play sort of those nice little roles that blending around.
Yeah.
Julian is another brilliant character, like just so funny. King Julian, like so funny, and like you see like TikTok memes, and
Yeah.
you hear loads of King Julian comments, and you go,
Yeah.
"That he's just such an icon. He's
And
such
more, is it more the little
Mort, yeah,
King
the little one,
Julian?
yeah, King Julian." It's Mort as well. Like it's just
Oh, it's
get
just
off! You're so annoying. I just think he's just a class character, and I think when you look at Madagascar, like David Schwimmer, like what a casting that is as
it's
Melman.
such a good
What a
casting.
great casting that is.
So
and, like,
good.
And Ben Stiller as Alex is great. And I think 1 was really good. I think 2 was good. 3 should have stopped making it because that's when it started to get unrealistic. And it's almost a bit like Ice Age. Like the more they went on, the more they lost their love for them because you go, they aren't realistic anymore now.
No.
Like it's like when Ice Age started making them go into space. I'm like,
you're making it for money and not for the story.
Exactly, and I think that's where that's where you look at like Disney franchises and you go, like Toy Story. I know we moaned about 4, but like when you watch 5, you'll go, that's why they're making them because there's a reason to make them, not because they just want to make money. And of course they want to make money. They're big franchises and they will make money. But Madagascar, when they made the 3rd one, I was like, you've just made that because there's a market opportunity there.
People are going to come watch Madagascar. You're not,
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Very good, but I did go with 1 and I did put it in 4 and I do appreciate it's quite high, but I do love Madagascar.
Nice. My 4, I've gone with a bit of an outsider here. It's another Aardman collaboration. So obviously we had Wallace and Gromit.
Oh.
Another Aardman collaboration. I've gone with Chicken Run. You've left Chicken Run off your list, haven't you?
I haven't put Chicken Run in.
It's such a good film. Bearing in mind, I don't think they should have made a 2.
I haven't watched 2 because I heard bad things.
Leave Chicken Run where it's at. Chicken Run, it's such a good... There's the high intensity of the basic plot of chickens going to be made into pies. They don't want to, so they're trying to escape. That is the plot. It's so simple, but the comedy, every character is so good.
It's dark as well. Like I'll never forget the beginning of the movie. When they take one of the chickens
and it's so everything about that film is so good. I probably should have placed it higher. Looking at
I haven't put it in. That's an idiot move.
I think I should have placed it higher. Looking at my top 3, 1 and 2, I'm happy with. I could swap 3 and 4, but I've made the list now. I'm going to keep them there. But yeah,
personally for me, I would probably take Chicken Run. And at the moment, because I haven't watched the animated version, I would probably take How to Train Your Dragon out and put Chicken Run in.
Fair. No, that is fair.
I haven't watched the animated version. Whether I changed my mind when I watched it, definitely, but who knows?
But no, Chicken Run is just such a good film.
That's a great film. I can't believe I didn't even put that in.
Honestly, but we're gonna move on to our top 3 now, and I'm gonna be a little bit selfish and jump into my number 3.
Go for it, Toby. Go for it, mate.
And do you know what? It's a very, very I keep saying slept on film. But the quotes from it, the comedy of it, and I've put B Movie as number 3.
I haven't put B Movie in my 10.
B Movie is such a... The fact that they play on so much, like he wakes up, he's swimming in honey, he gets up and he looks through his wardrobe and it's just, do I go black with yellow stripes or yellow with black stripes? I'm watching a movie about bees and it shouldn't work, but it does.
I always remember, this is really funny, so I always remember when I was at university years ago, it was me and Ollie, and we were meeting one of our mates at the time called Kieran to go to watch a football game at the pub. And we were like, where is Kieran? Where is Kieran? Where is he? And he came down literally like 10 minutes after we said to meet him. We're like, Kieran, where were you? And he was like, I got caught in watching the B Movie, but every time they said the word B, it got faster.
I've seen that. It's on like YouTube. You can watch it, and it's like
And it's
every
like,
time
it's
they
so
mention the word
entertaining.
bee, it's so funny. But like even like they have, I don't know if it's David Letterman or somebody, like they
Yeah.
have like a famous American news reporter, but they
Yes.
turn him into a bee, and I'm just like, and it's like the bee takes the humans to court for using honey, and they all get their honey, and I'm like, this, and then he has a love thing. She has a love thing with a bee, like there's a
Renee
love
Zellweger's
triangle.
character.
There's a love triangle with a bee and this woman, and I'm just like, what is going on? And oh, just
Yeah, I looked at B movie, and what I did when I did this, I literally went through all of like the DreamWorks things, and I just wrote down every movie that I liked, and then I went right,
yeah,
then I can see it all, and then I'll put it into the 10.
yeah,
And I did write B movie down as like a movie that I liked, but
yeah.
I just looked at the others and just thought the others were stronger. But I do think B movie's a good film.
Do you know what I think it is about me? I'm just a simple guy. I enjoy the simple
You
things.
are no, you're not a simple guy,
I'm
Toby.
just simple, and I think a movie about a bee pretty much sums me up. So B movie at number 3. What about you?
I
This movie probably has a little bit more depth to it than a bee, but what have you got?
I'm changing because I've just looked at it and I'm not happy. So I've made a last minute change.
Oh,
Literally just now. So I've swapped my 3 and my 2 around.
oh,
At number 3, I've gone with Kung Fu Panda. I had Kung Fu
ooh.
Panda at 2, but I've just swapped it because I just looked at it and I went, actually, I don't feel happy about this going in. So I've changed it.
I think. I don't know what
Have
you
we
could have
got,
put
have we
as your
got both
two.
the same top 2? That'd be interesting.
I wonder if we say it at the same two at the same time.
Yeah, hang on. Let's go with. I'll talk about it. I know we spoke about Kung Fu Panda, but
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
just
yeah.
think it's just a. I think it's a really, really nice film. A really, really nice film, and I just think like the characters in it are funny. I think it's just. I think the actual idea of him being the Dragon Warrior in the end, and that actually being like
Yeah,
legitimate him, is so good. I think that's another one where the more movies they've made, I think there's been elements of them that have been good and elements that have been great. Like the
yeah.
fourth film that they made, I didn't really like because I thought they hyped
Mm,
it up a lot more to be than it was. I always call
yeah,
that the multiverse of madness of DreamWorks because it
yeah,
was meant to be this film where like all the big stars about, and then they weren't, and it was like,
yeah.
no, I'm not happy. But yeah,
Mm,
Kung Fu Panda, I have swapped last minute because actually I think number 3 should be a number 2. Should we say 2
yeah.
at the same time?
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Flushed
Flushed
away.
away.
Yes! Oh, it's so good! It's
It's
so
honestly,
good.
it's such a good film. Like, and yet again, it's such a weird premise of you have a rat. Someone's got a pet rat that they have in their house, and then another rat comes up through the toilet and then watches England versus Germany on the telly and flushes the other rat down the toilet. And then there's an argument over a crown jewel, which is fake, between a toad and a rat. I
Yes.
just, oh, it's, and the
And
cast.
oh my god, the cast list is amazing. Hugh Jackman, Kate Winslet, Ian McKellen as a Toad is amazing casting.
And then
Shane
throw in
Ritchie, incredible.
Danny Dyer. Oh no, it's Shane Ritchie in it. Yeah, sorry, I don't know where I got
Shane
Danny Dyer
Ritchie, yeah,
from.
Shane
Some
Ritchie.
EastEnders character.
Yeah, Shane Ritchie. It was so
Sh-
good. And then I know you love this bit, but there's that grandma rat, Tom
Tom,
Jones,
it's Mr. Jones.
and I love the slugs, like the singing slugs. It's so
Oh,
brilliant. Like the sidekick characters as well, like to the Toad, Le Frog. Oh my god, Le
oh,
Frog.
they're honestly, one of the highlights. So funny. It's when they're like, "Did you know that rats land on their feet?" And then they're falling, and one lands in the water, and then the other one lands on the side. It's because you didn't keep your legs straight.
Okay, their legs straight, Spike.
And
I,
then can we
it's
just talk
so
the
iconic.
singing slugs? And then
Oh,
there's the music finishing with
Bohemian like you know, for a boat chase. That is the greatest song choice of all time for that. Like, they couldn't have picked a better song for that. It was Rita. And Rita. I know, like, we joke about, like, Hear Me Out. Rita's a Hear Me Out. I fancied her. I thought she was fit. And, like, I did. I thought she was so fit. And it's the fact that, like, he goes away and then, you know, he goes back home and he's like...
Yeah.
It's the beginning bit where he's, like, on his own. He's like, we win! We win! And he's playing volleyball, like, with himself. And then goes on dates in the car moving. It's just, from start to finish, it's just... fun. Like, there's no...
It's
like,
at the end
where you go, I'm bored.
Yeah, it's at the end when they open the floodgates, and then the dad's like, "Wave, wave," and they're all Mexican waving, and he goes, "No, wave!" Oh, it's just like every bit of the. It's just there's like you said, there's no bit where you're like on board now. Yeah. Every single part of the film is like funny.
I'm just belly laughing watching it, and like Hazel is literally one of Hazel's favourite films. And
honestly,
and, you know, when we were doing our top 10 movies, I nearly put Flushed Away in. I
had to think about it very carefully because I was like, Flushed Away is such a good film, but then my number one, I think you know where we're going with this.
It's the same with me, mate.
I think we do it again. We say it after 3 because I don't think anyone could top number 1 at all. 3, 2, 1.
Shrek
2.
Yes!
We've done the 1-2. This is like best mates. We're on.
We know what we're talking about here. We know what we're talking about.
We know. Get us on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. We know. we talk truths.
Shrek 2 is by far, in my opinion, probably the greatest animated movie of all time.
It's so good. And the thing is with Shrek 2 is it introduced so many good characters. Like, personally, I think Shrek 1 was a really good setup for a franchise. Like, amazing. Like, it introduced Shrek really well. Donkey, Fiona, it gave us the solid characters to start a good franchise.
Yeah.
Lord Farquaad, very good villain. However, when you then make a second film, you have your 3 main characters, you then add a villain who is also pretending to be a good guy, and then at the end has an amazing number to sing. Like the soundtrack.
Yeah. You know when they say you'll never beat an original song? She did.
This might annoy some people, but hear me out.
Yeah,
I think the holding out for a hero at the end of the movie is better than the original.
Yeah, I agree. I said that.
Yeah,
I agree. I think it's so good in that sense, and it's just funny. Puss is a great character to introduce in.
Yeah,
that's such a good character to introduce in. You've got the king and the queen. That again, John Cleese as the king is amazing. Yeah. As you said, I think Prince Charming was a really, really funny character, but like not too in your face in that film.
No,
the fairy godmother took the limelight of that, and just very cleverly wrote, and also just to add to how good it was, you didn't have a proper childhood if you didn't watch Shrek, fall asleep, and then the main menu played all night on your DVD.
Yeah.
And the main menu clips where they're all chatting in their little squares. Oh my god, it's so brilliant. It's like Shrek 2, Day of the Donkey. No!
Can we? I think is it Shrek 2? I could. So Shrek 2 that has Far Far Away's Got Talent with Simon Cowell in it.
Yes.
When you have the DVD. And then you go, right, I'm going to watch Far, Far Away's Got Talent. And you can vote for the end. And one of the endings is literally Simon Cowell going, I'm the winner.
Yes,
if you like time out. Honestly.
No, it was because basically if you didn't vote Donkey, Shrek, Puss, I think there was another one as well. But if you didn't vote for them and you vote for the rest of them, he'd go, "That's not right. It's me, everyone!" And he starts. It's so good, honestly.
And listen, whoever sat there in a boardroom and went, so for the DVD, we need to release bonus features, and I think that they should have had a pay rise to the moon. Like,
oh mate, incredible.
Honestly, that film literally childhood. Like, childhood.
I love Shrek 2. There's no doubt about it on my side. There's no doubt. That was, to be honest, what made it easy was Shrek 2 was always going to be number one. There was nothing else that competed with it. Like, as good as Flushed Away is, and as good as, and I can't lie, I did have Kung Fu Panda, but then I've just looked at it and gone, absolutely no way. But like, as good as those two films were, like, even they don't come close to Shrek 2. Like, no. Shrek 2 is like literally up there, and it's like the others are like here. Like, yeah. But there's no disrespect. But that is our DreamWorks top 10. So
there you go.
We'll run through your list of 10 to 1, and then I'll do the same after.
Yeah, so 10 Shark Tale, 9 Monsters vs. Aliens, 8 Kung Fu Panda, 7 Over the Hedge, 6 Megamind, 5 How to Train Your Dragon, 4 Chicken Run, 3 B-Movie, 2 Flushed Away, Mr. Jones, and number 1 Shrek 2.
My list is 10 Over the Hedge, 9 Spirit, 8 How to Train Your Dragon, 7 Were Rabbit, Wallace and Gromit, 6 El Dorado, 5 Shrek, 4 Madagascar, 3 Kung Fu Panda, 2 Flushed Away, and taking the king of How Two Mates and a Mic, DreamWorks ranking is Shrek 2.
Nice, I like it.
I love that. I love that.
That is great. Do you know what though? Remember, we were talking about to do with Flushed Away and the impression. Do you know? I think she does a really good impression. Doesn't Amy Glennie do a good impression of Mr. Jones, or has she done it? Yeah. So I think what we'll do is, as a little treat to everyone, if one of us messages Amy Glennie, hopefully we can get a video of Amy Glennie as a celebration to Flushed Away being in second, doing an impression of the grandma here.
Do you know what? She'll do it. So do you know what?
I got reference in the podcast to speak about my impression from Flushed Away. Tom Jones!
Well done, well done. Round of applause. She's made it into 2 episodes in like 3 weeks.
Fantastic stuff. Thoroughly enjoyed that, Toby.
That was great.
Brilliant. A few shout outs from my side that didn't quite make it. Rise of the Guardians. I really like that movie.
Nice.
Like with the Easter Bunny and
yeah.
Father Christmas. I actually really like the film. Puss in Boots: Last Wish. That is the most recent Puss in Boots, which I thought was very good. And the villain is probably the best DreamWorks film.
Yeah.
Very good.
So good.
And maybe the villain carries that movie a bit more than maybe that. And I think, I haven't... Oh, actually, shout out to the first ever DreamWorks movie, Ants.
Oh, great film.
Great movie.
Really good film.
And I know there's like the Egypt film and...
Prince of Egypt with... Yeah. Is it Alan Menken does the music for that? So
yeah, so I mean, I didn't put them in, but I do appreciate those movies.
Yes.
That was brilliant fun. I think we should leave that there because it has been a jam-packed episode with just hitting the hour. So
nice.
Toby, if you want to finish off with the admin.
Yes, I do my little admin bits. We love this bit of the week. So if you haven't already hit subscribe, hit the like button and comment below. Remember, let us know if you want to do that collab episode with Post Pavilion Podcast.
Yes.
Let us know now in the comments. Go follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all those socials. Like I said, don't need to repeat myself too much because you guys know what to do already, and you have shown us that with the views we already have. But thank you guys for watching this video and supporting Two Mates and a Mic. We shall see you again next time. Have a lovely week, guys. Goodbye.
See you later, everyone. Bye-bye.